Paula, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Now, before we begin saying a few words about your second book, Tasso's Journey, can you just tell us a few things about yourself and how you got into writing?
Sure. I've always written. I started writing when I was in Greece as a teenager through journals and diaries, and always sort of kept little small stories going. It was in college that I started to realize I had a bigger story to tell, and in 2006, I started to work on Seasons of Sun. So I've always written. It's been a wonderful hobby and pastime. Only in the last 10 years has it turned into something that I do regularly, and I write for different magazines and different articles.
We know Tasso's Journey is the prequel to Seasons of Sun, but Seasons of Sun was published first.
Correct.
How did that happen?
First of all, it was easier to write because it was a memoir and it was just my thoughts. And I had that all very fresh in my memory. But part of Chapter 1 at the time, the original first draft, had my papu's story in it. And I realized, especially after several editors took a look at it, that it was really its own story within a story and it needed to be a second book. So at the time, that was just too much of an idea. I shelved it for a while and then started working on it, did a lot of research, and it was just too much to be a flashback. It had to be really its own story.
And now we know your first book is based on your memories going back to Greece in the summers, but Tasso's Journey is during the period of World War II.
Correct.
So how did you write?
Yeah, the first book is a memoir, so that was what I felt, what I went through, discovering my heritage, seeing a judío for the first time, and getting to know my own background. Tasso's Journey was a lot different. I did a lot of research. I wrote letters to some uncles and relatives in the judío that remembered my grandfather, and I had to piece together this mysterious story of a man that I didn't know and my mom barely knew, and kind of get the facts and blend it all together into what his life truly was.
And I like how you have in the synopsis the last phrase which says, nothing can prepare Tasso for what is to come, not even victory.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Right, the victory of the Allies. Tasso's fight did not end. Like so many Greeks, the fight didn't end with the end of World War II. They had the internal struggles that went on in Greece. And unfortunately, that fight kept going for several years. So it wasn't over for them at that time.
Are you thinking of translating any of these books in Greek?
I wish I could translate them myself. I would need help, that's for sure. But I would love to. I've been asked a lot about that for Seasons of Sun, so we'll see.
What should we expect next from your third book?
My third book is going to pick up where this book leaves off, and that'll be the story of my mom coming over with her sister on Nea Elas on the boat to America in 1951.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and for here today, and on your third book, and for everything else.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Good to be here.